AITA for telling my MIL that her son had been secretly recording our couple's therapy sessions. After she said I was the problem in our marriage. My husband and I have been in couples therapy for 8 months. I have been honest in those sessions in the way that you can only be in a space you believe is completely private. Last month, I found a recording device in my husband's jacket pocket, still running, after he left it on the chair between us during a session. When his mother told me I was emotionally closed and that was why our marriage was struggling, I had something to say. I need to start by telling you what couples therapy means to me, because what my husband did can only be understood against that background. I grew up in a household where vulnerability was used against you. I learned young that sharing something private meant giving someone a weapon. Getting to the point in my adult life where I could sit in a therapist's office and speak honestly, without calculating what would be used against me later, was years of personal work. It was not something I arrived at easily. Our couples therapist is excellent. I trust her. The sessions have been hard and useful in the way that honest things usually are. I have said things in that room that I have never said to another person. I said them because I believed the room was safe. We have been in therapy for 8 months. Last month, about 20 minutes into a session, I noticed my husband's jacket had slipped off the back of his chair onto the seat between us. I picked it up to put it back and felt something in the pocket, a small, solid rectangle. I pulled it out. It was a digital voice recorder. The light was red. It was recording. I put it on the therapist's table between us. I said, "This is a recording device. It has been running." My husband said nothing for a very long time. The therapist handled it with the professionalism you would expect from someone who has seen everything. She said this was a significant breach of the therapeutic environment and that we needed to stop the session. She gave us a referral to her supervisor and left the room. I took the recorder. I took it home. I listened to it. There were recordings from 6 sessions. 6 out of 8 months of therapy. I do not know which 2 sessions were not recorded, and I am not sure it matters. 2 weeks after this happened, my mother-in-law called me. She had heard from her son that we were having problems in therapy. She said she hoped I was working on my emotional availability because in her experience I had always been quite closed, and she thought that was probably making things hard for her son. I told her about the recordings. Am I the asshole? Update 3 months later. My mother-in-law's response to being told about the recordings was, initially, disbelief. Then she spoke to her son. Then she called me back and was quieter than I have ever heard her be. She did not apologize for the emotionally closed comment. I did not expect her to. She is a woman who, I have come to understand, has a very limited capacity for admitting error. What she did was stop saying it, which is something. My husband told me he had recorded the sessions because he was afraid of misremembering what was said and wanted to be able to review them. He said he was not going to use them against me. He said he should have asked. I am aware this is the least satisfying explanation possible. I am aware that I was afraid of misremembering does not account for 6 consecutive sessions of covert recording in a space I had explicitly said was the first place I had ever felt safe enough to be fully honest. We are no longer in couples therapy. We are, separately, in individual therapy. I have not made a decision about the marriage. I am in the process of understanding what kind of person records their wife in the only space she has ever said felt safe, and whether I can build a life with that person, and whether the explanation he has given me changes anything about the act. I do not yet have those answers. I am trying to ask the questions honestly. NTA or ITA, was telling his mother justified? Comment below.